All right, today we're jumping into something pretty mind-blowing. We're going to distill decades of hypnotic research by Dolores Cannon into one single incredible journey. Now, the idea here isn't to tell you what to believe. It's really to explore a map of the afterlife that has brought a ton of comfort to people by, taking away some of that fear of what comes next. So let's dive in.
I mean, it's the ultimate question, right? Every single person has wondered about it. It's at the core of our biggest fears and, for many, our faith. So, what did thousands of people, all under deep hypnosis, have to say about that exact moment?
That is a pretty bold promise, isn't it? The idea here is that this isn't just about satisfying some curiosity. According to this work, really understanding this process can fundamentally change your perspective on, well, everything.
Okay, so let's start right at the end, at that final moment. According to thousands of accounts that were surprisingly consistent, the experience of leaving your body isn't scary. It's actually a feeling of profound release.
The way it's described is just peaceful. It starts with a feeling of coldness spreading through you. And then there's a shift. Suddenly you're floating, and you find yourself standing right beside your bed, looking down at the body you just left. The most common reaction? Not fear. It's this incredible sense of relief, a feeling of, wow, I'm finally free. And almost right away you realize you're not alone. Someone's there to meet you.
Now here's a really interesting point. The difference between a near-death experience, an NDE, and actual death. In an NDE, you might head down that tunnel towards the light, but you get sent back before you go all the way through. That energetic link to your body, this silver cord, is still attached. But with actual death, you pass completely through that light, and that is the final step. There's no turning back.
So what exactly is that point of no return? Well, this next phase is all about crossing that threshold, and it all comes down to this thing called the silver cord.
So according to this research, we all leave our bodies every single night when we dream. The silver cord is basically this energetic bungee cord that lets our spirit go exploring, visit places, and learn things before it snaps us back into our body right before we wake up. It's apparently the reason we sometimes have those incredibly vivid dreams about flying.
So here's the crucial moment. That brilliant light you hear about, it's described as a huge source of pure, unconditional, loving energy. And the act of passing through it is what finally and permanently severs that silver cord. Once that happens, the soul is totally free, and the physical body, which no longer has that life force, starts to shut down. Okay, so you've crossed over. Where do you go? Well, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. The research talks about 3 main planes of existence, and where you end up depends on your soul's energetic frequency, its vibration, at the moment you passed.
Let's break this down. First, you have the lower astral. This is for souls who are so tied to negative earthly things that they often don't even know they're dead. They just wander around in confusion, repeating old habits. Then there's the middle astral. This is what most of us would probably call heaven. It's beautiful, it's perfect, you're reunited with everyone you love, but it's temporary. And then you have the upper astral, which is a place for souls who are all about learning, healing, and moving forward.
And the upper astral sounds incredible. Souls often go to a healing temple first to get cleansed of all the trauma from their earthly life. They can visit the tapestry room and see how their life literally wove into the lives of everyone else. There's the library, what some call the Akashic Records, which holds all knowledge, past, present, and future. And there are schools where you can literally learn anything you've ever wanted to know.
But this brings up a huge question, right? If the spirit world is so amazing and perfect, why on earth would we ever choose to come back here, to Earth?
Here's the key idea. Learning on the other side is kind of like reading a textbook. You can understand the theory, you can grasp it intellectually, but coming to Earth, that's like actually stepping into the lab. You have to get your hands dirty, mix the chemicals, and deal with the explosions. You don't just study love or jealousy, you have to feel it and figure out how to navigate it.
And the whole curriculum on planet Earth boils down to 2 main subjects you can't really master anywhere else: the sheer intensity of human emotions and the real-world challenge of physical limitations. These are the main reasons we choose to come here. Earth is like the ultimate advanced placement course for the soul.
So if Earth is a school, how do you enroll? This is where it gets really fascinating. You don't just get a life assigned to you. You meticulously design it yourself.
So first, after a life ends, you go through a life review. But forget what you've seen in the movies. There's no big judge on a throne. Instead, you relive your whole life. But, and this is the important part, you experience it from the perspective of every single person you interacted with. You feel the joy you brought them, and you feel the pain you caused them. In that moment, you become your own judge.
And this just completely flips the script on karma.
It's not some cosmic punishment. It's you, with total clarity, looking at your own actions and saying, you know what, I need to make that right. I have to go back and balance that energy. It's a choice you make, and it comes from a place of love and wanting to grow, not from being sentenced.
So with this new understanding, you become the scriptwriter. You choose your parents. You choose your family, your circumstances, and the biggest challenges you're going to face. You even make contracts with other souls to play certain parts in your life, the friend, the rival, the partner, all to help each other learn what you came to learn. Your guides might give you advice, like, hey, that might be a little too much to take on, but in the end, the final choice is always yours.
So why does life feel so messy and random if we planned it all out so perfectly? Well, from the other side, the plan makes perfect sense. It's logical, it's clear. But when we come here, a veil of forgetfulness comes down. We forget the plan, we forget who we really are, and we're just plunged right into the messy, confusing, emotional experience of being human.
And the reason for that veil is actually pretty simple. When you think about it, it wouldn't be much of a test if you walked in already knowing all the answers, right? You have to forget the plan to truly master things like trust, faith, and unconditional love. The forgetting is part of the course.
Now, this might be the most challenging part of this whole idea to wrap your head around. It suggests that our greatest struggles, illness, loss, tough relationships, they aren't just random acts of a cruel universe. They're the very lessons we signed up for. They're the challenges we specifically chose because they offered the biggest opportunity for us to grow and to balance our karma.
And what's the ultimate takeaway from all this? It's about empowerment. It's huge. If you accept the idea that you're the one who designed your life, that you put the challenges in your own path, then you also have to accept that you hold the power to overcome them and to change your reality. It completely shifts your perspective from being a victim to being a creator.
So we'll just leave you with this one final thought. If this framework is a map, then looking at your own life, the good parts, the patterns, the biggest challenges, what do you think you, the soul, came here to master this time around?